what would you advise students? Because, unfortunately, medicine is such an involved practice. Like, you pay so much of money, you invest so much of time. A lot of people just don't think that beyond becoming a hospitalist or beyond practicing, I don't have alternatives. What would your advice be to that student?
Well, I mean, it's a great question. I'm happy we're talking about it. I myself, I'll go back a second so then we can move forward with this question. I realized through my rotations and my studies, not only did I love prepping and teaching, but I realized that there was more for me than just being in the hospital. So I was honest to myself, and I was very lucky that I was really enjoying what I was doing and prepping students. But students now need to realize that you focus hard, you go to school, like you said, you invest, you get into residency, if you choose residency, and then what do you do after? A lot of times I've seen doctors not finish residency, they jump out of residency and they go, well, I can't even finish it. I don't know what to do now, because they were so into surgery and anesthesia. Yeah. So what I can say to our students now listening and watching now is, you got to be honest with yourself and say, okay, am I choosing internal medicine because I love it? Or maybe I'm in love with the idea? Or am I going to surgery because I love it, but do I really know what surgeons do?
Right.
And other times people are like, hey, I burn out, I'm done. I do not want to continue medicine. So if you have an MD, well, yeah, you can be a consultant. There's many different avenues out there to say, well, okay, I went to school, I finished my medical degree. Either you finish residency or not, are you licensed or not? So it all depends, right? If you're licensed, you can move on to consulting different companies, pharmaceutical companies, versus you finished MD, and then you say, well, you can then venture into certain specialties that can use your knowledge, right? 4 years in medical school is a lot, guys, right?
Right.
You did 2 years in classroom, you did 2 years of rotations. People can use that knowledge for their advantage and yours in majority of specialties out there in businesses. Yeah.